Hey everyone, Dominic Esposito, your drill instructor. Welcome to the clinic. And I want to say thanks to, hey, fans, friends, everybody, thanks to you. I appreciate it. Well over 12,000 views on just Facebook and then YouTube. Hey, those of you who already do this, but anybody who's new, hi. Diamond Billiard Products is Tony's Perimeter Lighting. I know if I have my glasses on, right, I'll be right back. And I've got Dr. Harrison for taking care of my amazing pool glasses. Right, so you got no frames. It's excellent. And golly, I mean, just so much has been going on too. Hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for joining in. And look, please do the like, subscribe thing. Okay, you know what to do. Share it. What you do. And you know, I've been doing this for years, especially even during COVID. We did it every day. So, you know, go to the webpage, you know, let's check it out. Look at some of the training stuff I've got there. And on YouTube, I guess there's, you know, I've got some things that I think are pretty good if you check those out, but especially all my books, videos, literally hundreds and hundreds of just, I think there's really thousands of drills that are on DITV that I'm creating this. So please go join DITV. When you do that kind of thing, go to the webpage or join the school. You're really helping support me, okay? And I really do appreciate that. Okay, so tonight's all about, I want to talk about that dog collar. I'm getting a lot of feedback about this. And what dog collar? The one you keep getting yourself into because for some reason you can't seem to not get this. But now tonight, I'm going to put this in perspective for you and let's deal with it. And then I'm going to give you a drill that will take good care. So I am really live right now, so no cut, clip, quicks. So I'm going to get right to this with you. I set the table up already so that I could just make a lot of quick references. Yeah, like some people, this is the slider. If you don't like really wearing a glove, or maybe if you do, but if your hands get sticky, clammy, you know that nervous thing or whatever, your hand oils, that's it right there. You don't need it, pull it back, especially when you're jacking up. But I mean, this is great. Go look at this on the webpage, thedrillinstructor.us, okay? The drill instructor, not .com, it's .us, okay, like United States. Okay, so the dog collar is a problem for all pool players. That is, anytime the cue ball gets within two balls of the cushion, and this is a cushion, this is not a rail. That's a rail, this is a cushion, and a lot of players get the terminology mixed, but I want to give you that. Newer players, you want to be specific. You don't bank into the rail, you bank into a cushion, and it can change the difference between where you measure when you know the difference. Okay, so when you're having to shoot this cue ball from anywhere within there all the way to frozen on the rail, that's the dog collar. All the way around you see it? Around the whole table, there's the dog collar. And if you have to shoot from the dog collar because your opponent left you that way, there was an unforeseen kiss and roll, but don't do it intentionally. However, the dog collar is not an issue when you're shooting in the direction. So anything within the diamond in, if you're shooting from what would typically be called the dog collar, that's not in the dog collar. The dog collar is when you have to shoot outside the diamond into the center action of the table. So you don't want to do this. Now here's a great drill that I've just recently been putting some of my students through this because I'm getting their attention about something I'm working with them, because on one-on-one training, I get into things that we can't do here. So for you though, you've got to get this, and it's going to help make, I'll tell you right now, if you'll do the drill that I'm training you on right now, within 30 days, I guarantee, I promise you, you will be at least one ball better. Right now, if you're a 4, you're going to go up to a 5. I'm telling you, if you're whatever you are or however you rate yourself, you're going up a notch. This will do it. This is that impactive. And so share it, please, if you would. Now, gang, here's the thing. I want you to set up the table on all 9 diamonds with the 1 ball frozen to this cushion and the 9 ball frozen to this cushion. Okay. Now, you're going to, starting with ball in hand, you're going to shoot from every diamond position. And you're going to shoot it over and over and over. First, set the 1 ball up on this side. Next, put the 1 ball here and go down to the 9. Start with ball in hand. Start from one quadrant of the table, cross to the opposite quadrant, cover it again, cover it again. As you know, within my drills, we call that circuit. Okay, in that cycle, that is a cycle, that's a set. And when I tell you to do the drill 10 times, that would be 1. Yeah, so from each starting position. Now, in that case, you are going to shoot each ball in order. And I want you to pick the diamond position that you need to shoot from that is within the reason of how you can cut the shot, corner or side pocket, reasonably straight, and then you have to be able to roll the cue ball out to a finish that's not stuck in the dog collar on another cushion. Okay, so that's how you'll do this. So with all that going on, this is what the table is going to look like as you get started. And with ball in hand, you start. So if you're going to take the 1 ball from here, or if you want to take it, freeze it. Don't come off that way, because that's not a dog collar shot, because frozen is tough. But if you'd like to pinch it right up to this edge, then shoot it in that direction. And then you're going to have to be realizing how are you going to get that cue ball to come out sufficiently. From these corner or points of the side pockets, these are great because you may also want to add some acceleration in the stroke. I don't want to get into shot speeds, but if you could recognize here, you know, this is going to be a 80% ball, 75%, 80% ball absorption in ratio to speed. So you want to get this cue ball into the 5 ball, make it, and get the cue ball back here on this side for some particular reason. So you want to work through those. Also, put yourself deep in a pivot in here, because these are pretty tough to shoot over these pockets. And from here, take the 7 to the side, or take the 5 to the corner. There's so many options that you could work with, but the key is you have to get comfortable shooting from inside that dog collar. The toughest ones are when they're really frozen. You're trapped. You're coming off. And here's what let me just tell you the fast real quick. Here's where the major problems are. 9 out of 10 pool players. Yeah, just look at the person next to you and go, he's talking about you. 9 out of 10 pool players can't see the center of the cue ball at center. They're automatically off between an 1/8 to a 1/2 a tip of English normal. And they don't know, and they don't see it. So here's the problem. Let me see from your camera angle. Can you see this? Yeah, I think you can mostly. Okay, let's say I'm going to shoot here off of this rail. Okay, and I need to, and then all of a sudden, I hope you can see this. You see what's wrong? Yeah, I'm jacked up. The most common thing that players do, and that's because when you're on the cushion, you're shooting, if you go level cue, which is what you have to do. Level cue, you're at 3 tips of top. Now, I'm sorry, but the majority of amateur players cannot hit the cue ball at 3 tips outside anywhere. It's terrifying. You haven't practiced it. You don't have something to prove and measure you're actually doing it, or you don't know how to train yourself to do it. And that could be another class. But the key is you level this cue, you're at 3 tips. That's terrifying. So the natural behavior is to jack up a little so you feel like you're going to get some meat on the ball. And the fact that you're already off center, guess what you've just done? Masse. Exactly. And you don't even know, whoa, why did I miss? Such a simple. No, you deserve to miss because you massed and you didn't calculate for that compensation and swerve and whatever is going to happen. You see how the avalanche starts coming down. Okay. And in that case, you have to understand, well, okay, what's the appropriate rail bridge in order to be in that position so I can use a level cue and shoot with good, confident authority? Oh, I'm glad you asked. That's a great question. So I'm going to tell you the best bridges to use. Let me see if I can get this camera in a position when I'm going to get to show you my hand better. So, all right, I'm talking to you. I'm going to come over here on this side of the world, and I'm going to put us here. Let's get down. I'm going to teach you some rail bridge properness so that you can really understand what's going on. Okay, I hope that'll work. All right. Yeah, this is all the fluffy part that gets cut out if I edit it. Okay, so I'm going to shoot based on what I see. You can see? Good, 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 good. Okay, you should be able to see. I'm going to work with the hand bridge here, and I really want you to be able to see this properly, so maybe a little better from this position here. Okay, we'll see. Okay, it's coming into place. All right. Ready. So, a lot of players don't use rail bridging correctly. And I see lots of stuff like this. I see this a lot. And that forces you, look at how jacked up I'm going to have to get. Okay, that's trouble. The proper and the best bridge to use, and I need to use this, so I'll start with that and then maybe I won't. Let me see here. Okay, I need to use a closed rail bridge. Here's what it's going to look like for me right here. Okay, am I chalked up? Yeah, make sure you got to be good and chalk too. Where's the chalk? All right, people. Don't you love being live? Yeah. Make sure you're well chalked. You're going to put 3 tips of English. Okay, the number one most important rule for applying up to 3 tips of English is you need to have a locked down bridge, because if you don't, the stick's going to just flop and wobble and slide on your hand somewhere, and it's a mess, okay? So here's what you do. Let me see, I'll move that camera too to be sure you're seeing this. Okay, you see this position here? You see where my tripod, you see my level cue? Okay, first of all, this is a full closed rail bridge. I can actually shoot this and hit it a full 8-speed shot stroke. I can hit it a 7-speed, a 6-speed. I can hit every speed. So this is really great. Now, if you could get comfortable with that, but I would really suggest this is the lockdown closed bridge position. Do not use anything like this, open hand, because it's going to just, and then if you had to get some, you don't want to skid off of this, and you don't want to jack up to be solid. You need level. So this right here, right off the edge of rail. This is the best shot right here. Let's see what kind of speed I can get on this. Oh yeah, that was great. But that was 8. Okay, anyway, enough of that. So, do the drill. Have fun. Don't put yourself in the dog collar. Unless you have to. That's rare. But if you have to, then be practiced at how to get through it. So I would suggest 1 through 9, shoot it. I would definitely do 10 full lines. And That's going to give you a really great start. If you miss, reset it up, keep shooting it over and over and over. Get really used to the bridge. Anything from a 4-speed shot stroke or less, you can use an open bridge. But at 4+1 or beyond, it's dangerous. You're going to hydroplane. You're going to get sloppy. Okay, everybody, listen, remember, hit that like, subscribe, all that like I asked you to. Check out the webpage. Dominic Esposito is here saying, I love you. God bless you. Rave straight, shoot straight, split the pockets. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.